did make some videos where I was bike riding and going up and down the stairs at a local high school. I just want to make it very clear that when those videos were made, it's not the idea that I'm back 100% and I'm able to do that for even an hour straight. I mean, that's a stretch. Maybe riding the bike for an hour, that probably, again, not at breakneck speeds or anything like I would have been doing prior to this injury. It's just going through the motion, building up some more strength and flexibility. But that's the first thing. I mean, it's real important that people see that and they're like, oh, look at that, you're back 100%, everything's great, not a big deal. I mean, I'm not making this update or this video now to be negative about it. Certainly not. I just want to let you know that when I do things like that, number one, I can't just wake up in the morning and boom, I'm running stairs at a stadium. It doesn't work out like that. Or I'm riding a bike or anything like that. I have to build up and just get to that point where I'm comfortable, I'm loose, which is really an odd adjustment for me. I was always one of these types of people when I did exercise that I would always stretch. Like it was something I knew. I avoided really any significant injury prior to this tendon rupture. Anyway, I digress. The thing that I wanted to mention is it's really odd that the more exercise I do, and this was the same thing, it was no different in therapy. The therapist would have me warm up, 10 minutes on, initially when I started on a recumbent bike, then it moved to 10 minutes on kind of a stationary bike, and then also 10 minutes on the elliptical machine. So, and all that really, now I truly see the benefit of that, where it ended up loosening up my, just the tightness that's in the calf region, going all the way down to the heel bone. So it's really, key to keep that. Next month, in less than 2 weeks, I'll be 5 months post injury. All right, so being conscious of that, being calculated. So I just wanted to kind of put that out there. That's where I'm at. So when you see those videos, this isn't like, oh, I'm 100%, I'm back. When I look at those videos, I see, wow, that person is a shell of who I was. Which again, it's not like, oh, my life is derailed. No, it's just taking more time. And it's fine. Again, I think right now, if I had to put a percentage, 85 to 90%, really close. But I don't have that explosiveness. I mean, I don't, especially, in basketball terms, they call it that first step that you have. And I definitely don't have that right now. When I could, just be anywhere, in an office, at home, and I could just spring up and run to do whatever, grab the phone, run to the front door at work, run around the corner or something like that. And I can't really do that right now, so it's still getting adjusted to that, and just, of course, in the back of my mind, it's like, oh, be careful, make sure you're not overextending yourself. So, I just wanted to put that out there. It feels good when I do those types of things, like running the stairs, even though I'm still not 100% on that. Doing the bike, it feels great. I mean, it's just, I think, again, mentally, this injury is so mental. There are even days where, gosh, I'm I do office work, so it's not like I'm walking on uneven terrain or anything like that. And if I'm sitting for a long time at the computer, I'll sometimes I get a little bit stiff and I have to get up and walk around and those types of things. It's just odd because I always think, wow, I really have to get loose or else this thing is just going to lock and really prohibit any future movement. So it's keeping that balanced in my mind and being mindful of performing the exercises that one was doing while in therapy. I'm no longer in therapy, but just maintaining. And I think the hardest thing for me right now at this point is just, again, there are days really I feel great, but mentally I don't want to just, boom, try and take off and start sprinting or anything like that. I don't think I'm ready for that. So it's still an adjustment period. I mean, I'm really thankful for the recovery that I've been on and I've made to this point. But there's still, a certain period to go. So, for those of you who are less than 5 months into this experience, just stay positive. And the other X factor is people heal differently. I mean, the way that I heal and my body has reacted to this might be different than what you're going through. It might, you might be a month ahead of where I am right now. You might be 2 months behind. It really all depends. So it's just so many different types of variables, DNA, muscle fibers, the bundles of tendon, and how everything is just your makeup, your bone structure. So your weight, those are all things that are factors. And it's hard to say that everything that I do is the exact prescription for somebody else. It may not necessarily be. So, but I can tell you that again, being mentally strong and being positive throughout this experience has really been key, for me. When there are days you're going to get down, I mean, you're going to feel like, gosh, this is the worst thing that I've ever gone through. But try and find, the silver lining, as they say. I think it definitely changes your perspective. I mean, that's for sure. Especially being a very active person. Again, even if you weren't so active before, the lack of the mobility that you had before is really evident. And don't let it discourage you. I mean, just stay positive. Again, I'm not trying to sound like a motivational speaker here, but the point is, really, positive thinking is really going to allow you some leeway in dealing with this. So stay positive. That's my quick, random update for the moment. Hopefully, again, I really, really appreciate the dialogue that some of you and I have been having as I've gone through this process, and you're really helping me, and I hope that either by these videos or any of my comments that I'm also helping you, because this is just the community of YouTube, and it's really great. So thank you for your time and for your attention. And again, I'm probably 85 to 90% healed at the moment. There's a lot of things I still want to be able to do. I still really struggle with doing a one-legged calf raise on my left leg. I was at the park last night. I usually try and take like a mile walk at night, and I'll go and do some pull-ups and some other types of things there. But I was like bracing myself on the pull-up bar, and just trying to go through that range of motion with the one-legged calf raise. So that's probably the one thing that's still very difficult for me to do. But I'm trying every day and every week, and again, increment. When you get to this point in the recovery, the gains that you'll be making, maybe I'm at a little bit of a plateau right now. So I need to break that up by getting into the pool a lot more, and we'll see what happens. But I'm feeling good. I hope you're well, and again, keep the dialogue going. I think this is very beneficial for people who've recently gone through this, and for those of you who haven't, all I can tell you is treat your tendons great, and hopefully this doesn't happen to you. But if it does, the resources, hopefully with some of my videos, as well as some of the Achilles blogs that are out there, I think are very effective in going through this. Just again, stay positive throughout the experience. Listen to your therapist. Have a good rapport with your therapist and your surgeon, and I think you will be okay. All right, because as bad as we all think that this is, there's a lot worse situations and horrendous situations that are out there physically, and all kinds of areas of life that are a lot worse than this. So thank you for your time. I'm trying not to ramble here. Have a great day. Okay, thanks guys.